What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about some departures from PlayStation. So this has actually been a pretty long arc, starting with David Jaffe, where it really sounded like the world was about to fall apart. But it seems like what he was talking about, I think he outright admitted to this, that this is that Connie Booth, right? The legendary longtime, PlayStation producer. And that is not a small deal by no means, right? Like, I want to make sure that's known, and that's something we're here to talk about in this video. Losing her, she's been a producer on over 100 games, is what they're saying, from Uncharted, Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper. As soon as I saw Sly Cooper, I said, oh my god, R.I.P. Resistance, Infamous, Ghost of Tsushima, right? All these franchises. She's also done the newer stuff too, right? Where it's like Last of Us Part 2 and things like that. But this is an individual that's just been there basically forever. So it is tough to see somebody like that go. You never really want to see somebody like that go. Now, what are you going to do? Eventually these people kind of move on, right? That's kind of just how things work. Yet again, we don't know. Well, number one, actually, we don't even know if she's let go because it is still just a rumor. And number two, we don't know how she was actually let go, right? So there's those two problems. And then today, we got Media Molecule. I think even yesterday or the day before, we got the Visual Arts group, right? So both of those are also kind of problems. Now, this is like a larger scale thing. We've seen this in the gaming industry. It's their turn, right? Like, it's terrible when you have Microsoft, when they announced like those 10,000, people are going to fire. Epic Games, firing whatever it was, 15, 20%, 10% of their workforce. Like, these are hundreds, thousands of people in some cases. Sometimes it's 10, 20, 30 people, but it's a small studio, right? It sucks. It definitely sucks to see people lose their jobs. Obviously, PlayStation here being the theme of this video. So we had, potentially her leaving. We had the Visual Arts group losing God knows how many people. In fact, they're not really, saying it. We had the rumor a little while ago that Naughty Dog, right? Like that when the contracts were up, that a lot of these were not going to be renewed. That's actually seemingly what happened at the Visual Arts group. Is one of the guys was on a contract. The contract ended and they didn't renew it, right? So there's that. And then you have also Media Molecule, which I gotta be honest, I could imagine like this was going to happen. I like Media Molecule a lot. Little Big Planet is a game I really, really love. Dreams is a game that I wasn't behind, like at first, like I never got behind, but right before Dreams came out, actually, I jumped aboard, and I think it's genius, honestly. And even though I'm not a creator in the game, in that sense, I love to play other people's creations. I just think that's such a smart game. They're a really talented studio. However, the reason I saw this coming, or could see it coming, is simply that game didn't do all that well. Like, for those who played it, they were invested like no other game. It had a community like no other game, but it was very small. The thing that worries me about the situation, though, is they're actually working on a new game. That's normally when you staff up, right? Like when you end a game and then you transition into making your next game, there's that staffing up period. They're reducing 15, 20 or so jobs, right? So it's not that many. Yet again, it's a smaller team. So when you eliminate, 20 jobs out of 130, 135, that's an okay amount, right? That's one thing. And then second thing is, normally you'd probably get that number higher because you're about to make, a third game. So that's just something to kind of remember as well. So again, it's not great to see. These are also just the ones that have either been reported or also we know, right? Confirmed or just rumored. There could be others, and it could be across Sony at large. And you hate to see it. You really do. It doesn't matter. No console warrior garbage, no nothing. It sucks when people lose their jobs. Sometimes, studios kind of have it coming when you have an absolutely terrible game or developers that seemingly hate the audience, right? Like, there's definitely warning signs. But in a situation like this, specifically even like Media Molecule, right? Like, those people seem like some of the nicest people on planet Earth. I think they're very talented. I think they're kind of like different. You know what I mean? They live in their own bubble. They definitely make their own kind of games that nobody else really makes, right? So it definitely sucks to see those very specific creative minds, some of them at least, right, leave. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.